Well, when I have honest interviews, which we'll see how honest I am here, when I have an honest interview, I always explain to the people interviewing, speaking of my own world, let's say the classic gaming world, if you took the 50 best classic gamers, I mean, half of them are dysfunctional. I mean, extreme introverts, people with bad hygiene. There's one guy I'm thinking of, I saw this guy, and I thought the guy had been locked in a closet for like 30 years. Guys that have gone to jail for things I wouldn't want to mention, guys that have been found dead. But on the other hand, I'll be meeting a friend that I haven't seen since the 80s next month. He's a scientist at the Los Alamos nuclear power facility, or he was. Lawyers, doctors. So they're the smartest guys I ever met in my life, but they seem to live, most of them, not all of them, on the extreme fringes of what you would call functional. The guys who are not functional, who couldn't run an office if it meant their life, but they could research something better than anybody you ever met in your life. So they have different strengths. But the truth of the matter is, there is a level of dysfunctionality when you're on such a level, or you think or you compute on such a high level. And without lying, and I used to have trouble saying this word, and I don't anymore, there is just the most outrageous jealousy I've ever seen amongst gamers. When I go to a venue, I'll be in Pittsburgh next weekend. I had to replay FX, the Kong off. And that's the Donkey Kong World Championship. And what's neat is that whole circle of guys, it's funny, everybody gets along. I've mentioned that to Richie, who's the one who organized it, who's done all the work. I says, we don't have any bad blood here. And he goes, no, we don't. But so many places like you're talking about, we do. And I'll, not there, but the next one will be the Hall of Fame in Ottumwa, Iowa. And yeah, I can think of some people that are there, and there's jealousy factors. But when I go to each venue and I'm there and I'm speaking, I purposely, in an effort to try to create a better world, I purposely think and find out the local players who are in the area and the ones that'll be there, and I purposely, they wouldn't get on stage, it would take an Uzi for them to be able to get on stage. But I'll purposely speak of them and have them pulled up front for notoriety, because in some ways it gives them what they want. In other ways it gives them what they deserve. But in other ways it makes them realize or appreciate it. It's not easy to get to where you're going, as you say. And it's not easy to the point, even if you deserve it, are you willing to do the work to get there? I say to people, they go, well, how come you're up there? Or how come you do this? Or how come everybody do? I say to people, I'm not that much different than any one of you. I simply stood up one more time, then I got knocked down. One more time, then you stood up. I say to people, if you're doing something comfortable in life, if you're not uncomfortable, then you're not doing your potential.